In a recent development concerning the Lok Sabha elections, around 700 fishermen from Gandhi and Navadra villages in Devbhoomi Dwarka have been struck off from their voter rolls by the Election Commission. The fishermen, predominantly Muslim, were displaced from their homes last year due to the demolition drive initiated by the state administration for the port expansion projects in the region, as reported by Indian Express and Maktub media. Previously active participants in the electoral process, these individuals have consistently exercised their voting rights in both assembly as well as the Lok Sabha elections. However, their names have been deleted from the latest electoral rolls without any provision for relocation or transfer to alternative voting locations within Gujarat. Hello and welcome to More Tiranga, where we bring you the latest election updates. This is Akanksha and you're watching HW News English. The administration demolished the homes of Muslim fishermen in Navadra village of this taluka of port expansion, displacing the residents. These individuals were voters in Dwarka Assembly constituency number 249 and had voted there in many previous elections. The votes, approximately 225 Muslim fishermen in Navadra, have been deleted from this year's voter list and have not been transferred to other location in the state. According to these fishermen, they have been forcibly driven away by the administration. The demolitions were carried out on the grounds of illegal construction on government land by the Muslim fisherman community. Despite pending petitions for reinstatement and resettlement in the Gujarat High Court, their voices remain unheard. However, before demolitions began, the residents received a notice informing them of the impending action, but were given little to no time to vacate or collect their belongings. The matter was also listed for hearing in the High Court. One such victim, Jakub Musa Patelia, a 47-year-old fisherman from Navadra, now resides 40 km away from his former abode in Mul Dwarka. Having voted for over a decade, he was disheartened to find his name deleted from the voter list upon returning. He said, "I have voted here for 13 years and other members have voted too, but this time they have deleted our names from the rolls," said Musa. Ahead of the third phase of the Lok Sabha polls, not a single member of Patelia's extended family received a voter slip, depriving them from vital information regarding polling locations and timings. Issued by the Election Commission of India to registered voters before the election, these slips serve as a confirmation and provide information on where and when to cast their vote. Despite encountering hurdles in the form of name being struck off from the voter list, Jakub Musa Patelia's determination to exercise his democratic right remains steadfast. Disheartened by the absence of his family's name on the Election Commission's website, Patelia sought assistance from the local booth-level officer, who happened to be a school teacher in Kalyanpur Taluka. However, his efforts were met with disappointment as the BLO cited residency requirements, asserting that since Patelia no longer resides in the village, he was ineligible to vote there. Patelia's frustration deepened because the teacher also said that he would not have let us vote even if our names were in the voter list and asked me to approach the high authorities. He lamented the strategic disappointment of predominant Muslim communities from the areas like Harshad, Navadra, Bhogat and Gandhi Dwarka, viewing it as deliberate targeting tactic. This selective displacement, according to Patelia, not only robbed them from their homes but also stripped away their voting rights. Out of Gujarat's overall population, 9.7% is alone of Muslims, which is almost 6.3 million people. Despite this significant demographic presence, the condition of Muslims have only worsened post-2002 Gujarat Muslim genocide. As per the political analysis, the Muslim population of not only the working class but the middle class are systematically being sidelined. After the widespread loss of lives and properties in 2002, the alienation has spiraled into the strategic displacement, loss of livelihood and destruction. Patelia said, and I quote, "Only smaller regions with larger population of Muslims were asked to vacate the area. Now that we have left, our right to vote has also been snatched. If we ask the BLO, they are asked to bring the documents to prove that we are the residents of that area. When we come here, we are told that we are no longer residents and since we don't live here." Another fisherman, Gafur Dawood Patelia, a 44-year-old from the Gandhi village in Devbhoomi Dwarka district, returning to home to inquire about his voting status entails the risk of arrest, harassment by the authorities. Like his fellow fisherman Musa Patelia undertook a 120-kilometer journey from Mangalore to Gandhi only to confronted by the police and threats and intimidation. Speaking to Maktub, Dawood said, "We were informed by a friend that our voter slip has arrived at the government school in Gandhi and I should collect it so I can vote. Upon reaching the region, I was asked by the police to go back or else they would arrest me. I check on the list online to determine whether our names were there or not. Our names were not on the list, said Dawood. My relatives saw 3 slips of my family in Sarkari school number 50, which was usually our polling booth when we used to vote. This has never happened in the Lok Sabha or a Vidhan Sabha election before, he said. We have 14 voters in my family, but only 12 of us have voted so far. I revisited the Gandhi to get my voter slip, but this time the policeman told me that if I want my voter slip, I will have to go to jail to get that, said the displaced Muslim fisherman. Dawood wanted to get his 2 sons' name registered in voters list, as one of them has turned 18 this year, and the other would have been voting first time after the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, but could not do so because all the documents are under demolished rubble of the earlier settlement. To get these documents or to make one, the family will have to go through police or administrative officers whom they call they don't belong to Gandhi, as they don't have home there. Dawood said, and I quote, "To make the documents at the new residence, we need the earlier documents, which is just impossible to get. We don't have the proof of residence. Now, they are not letting us vote." Sakina Banu, 26-year-old daughter-in-law of Musa, shared her family's long-standing allegiance to the BJP, explaining that they had consistently voted for the party due to its dominance in the state and the district. Despite the demolition of their homes, Banu highlighted their continued support to the BJP, emphasizing lack of viable alternatives. When questioned about her voting intentions, if provided a voter's slip, Banu would reiterate her preference for the BJP, citing the need for proof of residence to safeguard their land ownership rights. However, she expressed frustration over elusive voter slip. She also pointed out that in Harshad, the houses of Hindu families and temples are still standing as it is, and said they did this to only Muslims. They wanted to drive us out of the country systematically. Praful, a government school teacher in Navadra, refuted accusations of deliberately withholding voting slips from the Muslim fishermen and families. He clarified that his responsibility was to redistribute voting slips in the school's jurisdiction, and he had diligently distributed all the allocated slips. Addressing concerns about the missing households, Praful explained that most Muslim residents were displaced after the port demolition, making it challenging to locate them. He stated that he returned undelivered slips to the collector's office and advised the residents to collect it from there. However, Praful struggled to justify why he expected the displaced family to be present at their former settlement sites despite knowing about the demolitions. He maintained that accusations of manipulations were unfounded, as the changes to voter list were beyond his authority. Furthermore, Praful denied claims that he had prevented residents from voting, emphasizing commitment to his duties as a teacher. He questioned the logic behind preventing the voter, asserting that he had no personal stake in the residents and his voting decisions. J.D. Patel, Deputy Election Officer of Devbhoomi Dwarka, defended the deletion of approximately 700 names from the voter list of Gandhi and Navadra villages, stating that it was conducted after following due process. Patel explained that notices were served individually to the voters, following a public notice displayed at the village panchayat inviting objections. However, no objections were raised, leading to deletion of names based on reports from the village officials confirming residents' absence. Patel noted that names of individuals found in the villages during the rolls revision were retained. He mentioned that the draft electoral rolls were published and no objections were raised to the deletions. Patel also stated that displaced fishermen had option to register at their new location post-demolition. On 3rd May, the Minority Coordination Committee wrote to the Chief Electoral Officer, highlighting the deletion of over 700 Muslim names and demanding their right to vote under special circumstances. Mujahid Nafeez, an Ahmedabad-based rights activist associated with the MCC, emphasized that these individuals deliberately displaced by the administration shouldn't be denied by their voting rights, especially since the reassessment petition is pending in the High Court. Nafeez criticized the administration for not registering displaced people votes elsewhere, states despite the Election Commission's emphasis over the voter registration. Do you think it is fair to delete the names of 700 Muslims from the voter rolls by Election Commission? And how can we assure that every citizen, regardless of circumstances, retains their fundamental right to vote? That's all for this episode of More Tiranga. Till then, keep watching HW News English and download our app HW News Shorts for the latest news and updates.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.